What's up guys, my name is James, and in today's video we're going to be doing another listing breakdown. So if you're not familiar with the channel, if you're new here, if you haven't seen this before, I am the author of Airbnb for Dummies. I'm an Airbnb expert. I live and breathe Airbnb, and I have for a number of years now. And in this video series, basically what I do is I take your guys' listings that you post in the comments below these videos, and I take them and basically do a full breakdown of listing. I share with you what I think is good, what I think is bad, what I think needs improvement, give you tips to improve the performance of your listing so that you can go out and take things to the next level. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. We're gonna jump in here shortly. Now, before we get started, I just wanna ask that if you yourself are an Airbnb host and you have a listing that you would like to see broken down on this channel like we do in this video right here, then just post a comment down below with a link to your listing. I would love to check it out, and we might even feature it in an upcoming video where we do a listing breakdown. Also, if you like this video, if you get value from it, please just take a quick second. I will give you a second just right now, and I will ask that you just go down to the bottom right-hand corner of this video, click that little like button. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot with YouTube's algorithm. If you do that, that would be more than I could possibly ask you for. So just go ahead, click that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And without further ado, let's jump in here. So this listing today that we're going to be breaking down is by a host named Cara. I think her name is Cara. It might be Cara. It might be pronounced some other way. If it is, Cara, if you're listening, I sincerely apologize if I am mispronouncing your name. But for this video, I'm gonna go with Cara. So this is basically the listing we're looking at, Hotel Ambience Studio in Quezon City. I hope I pronounced that right as well. And so we're gonna kind of break it down from top to bottom here. One of the things I wanna mention as well is that if anyone wants access to our full training where we're gonna break down all the ins and outs, all the pros and cons of different strategies, how to make your property really perform at its maximum potential on Airbnb, then you'll wanna check that down below. It's linked, there's a free training linked down below in the description of this video that just is gonna walk you through step by step everything we do to make properties perform any parts of the world. Now with this listing here, the first thing that if you have watched any of my other videos, you'll know the first thing I like to do is just check out the listing headline, the title of it. And that's because it's just super important. When someone's searching for properties on Airbnb, they're only gonna be looking at three things to decide whether they're gonna click through to your listing or not. That's gonna be the listing headline, the listing's cover photo, and your price. And so if any one of those three things is off, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I can tell you that right now. Now, this is a decent listing title, I'll give it that. I think there is room for improvement for sure, but it is good. I like that it gives me studio, and I like that it gives me some location, so I know a little bit of information about it. Hotel Ambiance gives me a little bit because it's telling me that it's like a hotel-like ambiance. At first glance, I actually thought that was the name of the property because some hosts name their property, though I don't think that you'd run into that with the average guest. I think that they would just think, oh, there's hotel-like ambiance. That's kind of cool. So I think that's good. Like hotel ambiance, something like that gives me an idea of what the feel of the property is definitely good to have in the listing description. Studio in Quezon City. I think that we have some more space here. I don't know that in Quezon City is great. I would put right downtown, like DT Quezon City, right? Like to give me that just a little bit more info that, okay, it's right in the heart of it, or 5-minute walk to it, like DT Quezon City, 5-minute walk to XYZ. If you can fit that in with some abbreviations there, that would be good. But overall, I do think that it's a pretty good listing title because it tells me about the feel of the space, it tells me the size of the space, and it tells me the location in a general sense. I think that could be dialed in a little bit more, but overall, pretty good. Cover photo, that's next thing we want to look at. This cover photo, I would say, is a good photo. I'm going to look at the rest of the photos and see if there's one that I recommend above it. But overall, it's a good photo because it highlights a large amount of the space here. So I like that. Here, yeah, I think that's definitely a good second photo. I would wonder whether maybe a photo that features the bedroom, like a photo taken from right here in this doorway that features the living room and the bedroom, I would wonder if that might perform better as a cover photo. It's worth testing, but overall I do think this is a good cover photo. It looks like this is a basement that doesn't have any windows or has maybe very few windows. So I think the lighting is really, really good. Most of the time I would say that this lighting is bad just because I don't see any natural light coming in, but it looks like that's not available. And so given that it's not largely available, I think the amount of lighting in this shot is actually quite good. I think the listing itself is nice. She's clearly got a pull-out couch here. I think this is a fold-down couch by the looks of it. So that's good. That's a nice use of the space. I think that overall the use of the space is good. The decor is good. It's nice and kind of monochrome. I like that. I think it does look very clean. It looks like the floors are polished to shine. So I really like that. Yeah, good use of the space. Here I like that the bed is just crisply made up. Like everything is just really nice and crisp looking. That I think looks really good. It looks very clean. I like this shot. Another shot pretty much the same. Close up, yeah, I think that's good. I would probably put this a little bit further out in the shots, just because this one doesn't really give me any information. Like it doesn't tell me anything more about the actual space. I prefer close-up shots to actually answer a question for me. So for example, giving a close-up shot of the gas range stove tells me that there's a gas range stove. This just tells me that there's an alarm clock, which I probably don't really care about. Giving more context in those would be better. This is cool because I think that this basically pulls out another bed, but it doesn't. I don't know if that's a single bed or a double bed. As a guest, I'd probably be questioning that. I would want more information. Putting this down below, putting the kind of the answer to that question down below in the photo description would be good. Otherwise, I would recommend I'd recommend pulling it out fully if it's not already fully pulled out. Now I do have a challenge with you because it looks like the blinds are closed here and it looks like it's nighttime outside. You should be doing your photography during the day because it looks like there actually is that one window there. I highly recommend doing the photo shoot during the day. Always, 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 always. The lighting is just a whole lot better. Here we've got that couch. Okay, this is something that I very, very rarely see people do right. Having a picture of your TV with Netflix pulled up answers two questions at once. It tells me that you have a TV, it tells me that you have Netflix, and then it also answers the third question, which is, do you have internet here? Love that. I absolutely love that. That is exactly what you should do in your photos to communicate answers to the guest question. Like that is a perfect example of it there. I think that's really, really, really well done. So that's awesome. This gives you a nice little photo of the breakfast nook. One suggestion I would have to improve on this is not a great photo. It's a little bit blurry. I don't like that it's portrait mode rather than being landscape. It's taller vertical than it is wide. I don't like that generally in photos. And the fact that there's nothing on the table here. Like it could be set with a laptop to show, hey, you can do some work here. It could be set with some fresh fruit. It could be set with some coffees. Something to just kind of set the mood for me a little bit better would be nice. I know it's above and beyond. I know it's not necessary, but it is nice as a bonus. Another photo here of the living space. The bathroom here, again, I'd rather this be mixed in with the other shots. I don't think this is super important because it doesn't really answer any questions for me. I guess it answers that there are some cotton swabs and some Q-tips, so it's not bad to have, but not super necessary. And I would probably show this after showing the actual bathroom itself. Shower, good shot. I think that you've done a good job in here of what I would imagine is a pretty small space, just given the rest of the space, just making it look larger, getting the right angles to highlight the whole space. That's good. Yeah, this is really good. I like this. Yeah, all the towels are neatly folded and rolled up under there. It's very clean, well done. The little workspace here, I like as well. I can see that that's right at the foot of the bed. There's a little workspace there. That's really cool. I like that you've got a wardrobe for me to put my clothing in. That's good. Little refrigerator there. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so again, you've got a nice photo that shows a couple amenities, answers my questions. Yes, there are chef's knives here. Yes, there is a burner to cook a burner to cook my food on. Yes, there's a rice cooker. Yes, there's a microwave. That answers a lot of my questions there. So that's really good. Another close-up shot. I love that. It answers my questions. You've got the utensils I'll need. I'll be able to do some cooking here. We've got a little dishwasher. Amazing. Another great answer to the question. And I think for these, like, yeah, this is a portrait photo rather than being landscape. And it's not like by any means an amazing photo, but it is like, it does the job. So for these, I think it's a lot less important when you're doing these kind of question answering photos, I call them, that your photos be fantastic. It's less important that be true, because it's really just about answering the question the guest is potentially has in their head. Overall, I think Cara's done a really good job of the photos. My one complaint is that it looks like it's nighttime outside, so I don't love that. The bed, I don't understand I don't quite know if this pulls out fully or what it does. So that question I still have. This, I don't know if this folds down or not. I'm assuming that it doesn't based on your photos. If it does, then you should have a picture of it folded down and done up as a bed. Otherwise, I think you've done a really great job. Honestly, I think these are some really good photos. And then as far as the order of them, I would probably kind of move a little bit more quickly through to get to showing me the bedroom, to get to show me the office space, that kind of thing. But overall, pretty good. Yeah, and then if we move down here, it looks like we've got, so we do have 3 beds. So the fact that we have 3 beds, I want to see a picture of this folded out. Because most people are not going to pick up on that. So that's a really big opportunity there. I'd recommend it. 1 queen bed, 1 double bed, 1 sofa bed. So if this is a queen and a double, I want to see it. Like, I want to see in this photo, queen size bed in the description. In this photo over here, I want to see queen size bed with double bed that pulls out from underneath it in the description here. And I want to see this fully pulled out into a double bed. So that's what I'd recommend. Now we move down here. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's been so long since I've seen a nice, properly bullet pointed listing description. I love that. The fact that it's not just a big blob, just a big paragraph that I now have to sift through to get any of the information that I want, I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. Looking at this through the eyes of a guest, I don't want to read through a paragraph. I'm not here to read a novel to figure out the answers to the questions I need answered to book your place. I want to know, like, bullet point, give me the highlight reel of what your place has, so that I can just clearly look at it and see exactly what I need to know. Spacious hotel-like studio unit, situated in the heart of Quezon City. The unit has a great view of the city, walking distance to groceries, cafes, bars, restaurants, and transportation. Love that. That's great. It's nice and clean, nice and quick, easy. If it has a great view of the city, I would like to see that in the photos, is one thing I'd like to note. The space. This 32 square meter studio unit is designed to offer hotel-like ambiance. Unit features: full bed, luxury mattress, and bedding with pull-out bed. 30 megabit per second fiber internet. I love that. You have your internet speed right in the listing description. More people need to do that. If you don't do that, you need to. People care about internet speed like almost as much as they care about running water nowadays. So it's important to have that. That's really, really good to have. Giving the specs on your TV: 55-inch HD smart TV with Netflix and YouTube ready, 40 plus HD channels. Love that. Again, it's just super easy for me to find that. Blackout curtain / blinds. Love that. Sofa bed. Love that. Like, it's just giving me all the information that I need, every answer to the question that I need. Now, normally I would recommend splitting this into multiple different categories to say bedroom 1, bedroom 2, kitchen, living room. But this is a studio space. You can kind of get away with it. I think it would be a little bit better to have it broken down still into like kitchen amenities, bathroom amenities, overall unit features, because you've got the space. Why not use it? To just give them all the information they need and make sure it's organized as well as possible. But with it being a studio unit and you kind of get all the information you need to communicated very quickly and easily in one sort of set of bullet points, I don't think it's a big deal. Induction cooker is available upon request and can only be used for long stays. Airport pickup of available with a fee. Yeah, love this. Guest access. Yeah, lobby with free Wi-Fi. What's the deal with I'm assuming that this has Wi-Fi in it, and that you're just also knowing that there's a lobby with free Wi-Fi. Again, the bullet points here are phenomenal. I think that bullet points are what you always should be using in your listing description. This is really good. Jogging pass. Okay. For smooth check-in, please send me a complete list of guest names and valid IDs for each guest booking. For early check-in, late checkout, down to bedding, strictly no smoking. I wouldn't actually put these things in. This 1 point. I wouldn't put in the other things to note. This should be in your house rules, which the guest explicitly has to agree to. They have to check that they agree to it upon booking. So this. It can kind of come off the wrong way when it's in the listing description. It can come off as a bit like nickel and dimey, a little bit too strict, and it's just not necessary. So I wouldn't recommend having it here, though I would recommend keeping it in your listing or in your house rules. Sorry. Now if we go down here, again, I always like to kind of skip over the amenities because I just assume that people are checking off the right amenities. If you're not checking off all the amenities that you have, you need to go and do that. And then if we go into the calendar, let's see here how far out into the future can I book this place? I always recommend at least 6 months in the future being able to book the place, which it looks like we can. So that's really good. We can book until March 2021. So that's really good. Till the end of February, that's good. Don't ever, my recommendation is to never block off your calendar for any more than 6 months. Like you always want it open at least 6 months into the future because otherwise people can't book far into the future and you're leaving opportunity on the table. 4.81 out of 103 reviews. That's good. So that's like, I'd be pretty happy with that. Let me see here. Yeah, the reviews look good overall. I think that's strong. That's a good thing to have. And then we've got basically the location here. If there are any other any other attractions that's close to, I think that would be good to put as well. And then let me see. Response rate being 67%, I recommend improving that. I recommend that you should have a 100% response rate. Every single time that a guest messages you, you need to respond to it to keep your response rate high, because although like no one's really going to care if they get to this and see that your response rate is 67%, but Airbnb cares and they're docking you on your booking. They're docking your listing. You're going to be showing up lower in the search results because of this. So you need to get that response rate higher up. And then what have we got here? Cancellation policy, 7 days before. So we've got like a moderate cancellation policy. With everything going on right now, we're June 1st of 2020. Everything going on right now, I'd recommend switching this to flexible. However, in a normal environment, like normal every day, I recommend having it strict. So that's something to keep in mind. Let me see. Yeah, that's my review. That's my thoughts. Like overall, really good listing. There are a few places there where I see room for improvement. Updating the headline a little bit to improve it potentially. Trying another cover photo, I think. Reorganizing the photos a little bit. Yeah, honestly though, really good listing. Yeah, I think some of the main things would be those beds. Like just making sure, because if you're trying to have your listing appeal to groups of 3 individuals who don't necessarily want to sleep together, this is a really good listing for it because it's very affordable and it'd be very comfortable for 3 people to stay here who don't want to sleep in the same beds. But if I'm just looking at it as an inexperienced guest on Airbnb, and I don't know to look right here, then there's no way I'm really going to figure that out. I could maybe come down here and figure it out, but it's going to be a fair bit of work. I would recommend having the photos of it so that it's just really, really clear exactly what the layout is, all that. If any of you guys have a listing that you want me to do a breakdown on in a video like this, then just post a link to it in the comment section below and I will get that done. I will do the listing breakdown. I would love to just kind of dissect it. I think these videos are really cool. People seem to like them. I think it's a great way for people to learn how you can improve your performance on Airbnb. So just leave me a comment down below with a link to your listing. And then we'll do a breakdown video just like this one if we choose to do one on your listing. And otherwise, if you want the like full in-depth training, if you want to become a top performing host on Airbnb, you want to, shave a whole bunch of time off your learning curve, you just want everything given to you step by step, exactly how to do it, exactly how to create your listing, create your photos, get the best photos, pricing optimization, guest check-in SOPs, like literally everything from start to finish. And you want over $1,000 in savings on Airbnb related products and services. And you want bonus training, like all this stuff. Check out the free training link below. We give you an insane amount of value. We're really focused on just helping out as many hosts as possible to become top performers in their area and do it in a way where they still really love hosting and they have a lot of ease with it. So again, if you haven't already checked that out, I highly, highly, highly recommend checking out the free training that is linked down below. Check that out. And then if you want to see more of these videos, more videos like this, then let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up on the video, just give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with all of our upcoming videos. Until next time, I will see you in the next video.